The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
What's poppin' with y'all? What's poppin' with y'all, man? So, yesterday I was on the Star Report. You know, I co-host and talked about a few topics with Troy Terrain. He used to be a part of Hot 97 back in the days. And I frequent his channel. I've been watching his channel for a long time. Been listening to his rhetoric and his crazy conversations. And he posed a question yesterday that really caught my attention about, like, if your partner, if your wife, he was speaking specifically to men, if your wife gave you a chance to go out there and cheat, would you take that opportunity? And, you know, the question was crazy to me because I felt as if, you know, that if she tells you to go do it, that it's not cheating. But me, that is not who I am as a person. You know, I try to control my temptations, my sexual appetite, because lust and sex is at an all-time high right now, man. It's kind of crazy when I look around at the atmosphere and how they're using laws and changing laws for SA. I don't even want to say the word SA. In New York, they recently changed the law for sexual assault that it has no limitations no more. And I see these guys who've obtained wealth, millions and millions of dollars, even certain billionaires that is lustful. Harvey Weinstein, you know. I wonder what would have happened to Hugh Hefner if he was still alive today. I look at the Diddy's, the Jay-Z's, the Bill Cosby's, the R. Kelly's, just so many different individuals. Now we have the Shannon Sharp stuff going on. It's just crazy about this lustful situation, and thinking about the black community and how it has affected the black community. People have mistake babies. Charleston White was talking about a mistake baby, and I just made a clip about it, and I wanted to converse with y'all about it. I got some more conversations about this topic. We're going to be quick. I ain't going to take up too much of y'all time, but this is just an interesting conversation for real.
Put a baby in. Now, I don't mean to call your mama a hoe or a little lady, but your daddy was fucking a hoe. And at some point, you got to sit the kids down and tell them, listen, I met your mama at club such and such. She was 3, 4, 5 that most of them were lesbians, but they play like they friend. I saw your mama. She had on this outfit. Me and my niggas was together. I pulled up on your mama. I bought everybody some drinks, and your mama was easy. I mama that night. We started out fucking with no rubber, but we was at a hotel, but before checkout time, I was fucking your mama with no rubber. She would let me put it in her mouth. She swallowed that cum, and I'm a lazy nigga. I cummed all in your mama. 3 months later, your mama say she was pregnant. We was just we did not plan to have you. I ain't in no situation to take care of you. So listen, I'm over here with another woman now. Me and your mama was just I met your mama 3 months ago. Now I'm living with a woman that's helping me get my credit together. Not only that, she let me drop her off at work, borrow her car, where I get to ride around and hustle and sell weed and try to get my money and do what I do. I come back and pick her up. Even though I pick her up late, she still let me use the car, and I'm cheating on her. And every now and then I come back over here and fuck your mama, even when you was born. That's why when you was at a certain age, you remember me coming through the house. But it was only at nighttime. Remember, you never remember me coming through the daytime because your mama was just a good fuck. Now here it is, we done had you. At some point, boys and girls, your mom and daddy got to sit you down and let you know they was just fucking. They had no intention on having you.
You know, what's crazy about that is that a lot of people love Charleston White and a lot of people hate Charleston White. He says a lot of flagrant things, but it was a lot of truth to that. You know, a lot of people are having unsolicited sex, unprotected sex, and are making mistakes that is going to hinder somebody else's life for the rest of their life. And the choices that's being made is creating single parent households. You know, I just made a clip where I was talking about how the Cosby Show was one of the last shows that promoted the unified home. Now we're living in a time where people are just having sex, and it doesn't even it doesn't matter what happens after this. And the man just go on about his way. He get put on child support. He don't even want to see the baby. We just seen Anthony Edwards give that girl $1 million. He said, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. Here the money. Let me move on with my life. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. It's just, why is lust so powerful in this country? I see that it be promoted on commercials. Nowadays, you have homosexuality on cartoons. You have all type of things that's just heavily promoted. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because I want to tell men and brothers and stuff that, you know, when you're doing well in life, most of the time it be on your own. When you're chasing something that doesn't even want you, that's when you start losing. That's when you ain't getting no money. That's when you start fumbling the bag. Now, I want to play this OnlyFans clip also. And then I got a clip about single mothers that my homeboy posted on Facebook. When he posted that clip, I just took the clip from his page and chopped it up because I want to talk about these single mother percentages right quick. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. It says that the Asian home, it's 8% of the Asian home is single mothers. 14% of the white community is single mothers. 25% of the Hispanic community in America, this is in America, is single mothers. 47% of black is single mothers. Now, I really don't know the accuracy of this though, but me looking at the community, I can kind of feel that it seems kind of accurate when it comes to the black community. It could be higher because growing up in my neighborhood, none of us had no fathers in the house. I can't think of one person who had fathers in the house. It might have been a couple of brothers who had fathers, but you know, in the hood when you grow up, the lady can't even obtain this free housing and this free food stamps with the father being in the house. And my generation is a product of that. And it's still going on today in the black community. You can't get these free benefits if the father is in the home. And it's just sad, man. And it all stems from lustful behavior, unprotected sex, niggas going out to the club thinking that they flexing and stunting and they fresh and all of this. And they risking their life and they risking somebody else's life before they even create it.
1.4 million women in America do OnlyFans. 1.2 million is between 18 and 24. What percent of women, how many women in America are between 18 to 24? I find out roughly 10 million women. So just on OnlyFans alone, 10% of women in that age group are on OnlyFans. So there's only 10 million women between 18 to 25. Then I decided to think more about the consumers. Who is consuming OnlyFans? And I found out that 82 million American men subscribe to OnlyFans. Now, to think about how big that number is, how many people are in America? 165 million men are in the United States. And they're telling me that 82 million out of 162 million are subscribed to OnlyFans. Of the 82 million men subscribed to OnlyFans, 90% are married. 87% of OnlyFans users are male and 68% of OnlyFans users are white. So the average OnlyFans customer is a white married man.
You know, I didn't want to just talk specifically about my people, but my people is my concern. That's why I talked about us. But when I think about that app and what it promotes and what it is, and people have to pay for it to see the content, I have never been on that app, to be honest with you, but they have 82 million men that subscribe to that out of the 162 in America, which is half. The power of the lust is something that I think, you know, as a man, if you want to be successful, you need to get control of, because it's time consuming. It's financially consuming when you're paying for things. And then what's crazy is that it's 90% of those people are married. And thinking about America and how it's promoting things is making things complicated. And like Star was saying on his show, that's where we started at. Star was saying on his show, if your wife gave you the chance, would you go cheat? You know, because after a person been married for a certain amount of time, the fire ain't there no more. She don't want to give you none, or you don't want to give her none no more. The fire ain't there no more. You got to reignite the fire. It's just, is marriage an outdated thing? I see people in this country are straying away from Christianity. I see people are straying away from marriage. And is that the devil? Is that a demonic energy doing that? And is being a lustful person a demonic energy? I just want to help my people that's on my platform, man, have these type of conversations. And I would appreciate it if y'all got in the comment section and furthered the conversation with me. Thank y'all for tuning in to my show. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.